Hey friends, Russ Whitney here, russwhitney.com. Always like to send people there after I answer their questions because there's lots of great free info on it. Anyway, these questions come in every day. This is coming from you, the Wolf Wall Street, 11 hours ago. All right, his headline, Going Big with Rental Units. How does one expand into the rental unit space? From what I understand, most people buy into rental units to supplement their income, bolster cash flow when they retire. I, on the other hand, would like to operate like Grant Cardone, owning a full-fledged business with employees, thousands of rental units. How does one even reach that point? Are the particular regions where attaining such a goal is easier than bigger cities? Do you own any business? Oh, sure. First of all, I'm going to answer your question as best I can. I would suggest that you go to the russwhitney.com site and go to the projects page. That'll give you an idea on some of the bigger projects that I'm doing. But if you're just starting out, let me just tell you how I started out. I started out with a question just like you, and I ended up buying a book and invested in, as you can see, all types of books on real estate investing, motivation, sales, communication. And not only did I master those things, but I've been doing them for over 35 years. I started out by buying a rundown, beat-up property. Now, it was a single family, but I wasn't going into flipping houses. I went in to buy this property. And what I did is I bought it, I did some fix-up on it, and then I went to the bank to refinance it because once I fixed it up, it was worth more money. The bank agreed to give me an 80% loan, which allowed me to pull $11,000 in cash out of the loan. I used that as a down payment on two rundown pieces of property. One was a duplex, and the other was a 5-unit building. Now, these were cosmetically distressed in a marginal neighborhood, not where you got to go collect your rent with a gun, and they had positive cash flow. So I add up the rents, I deduct the projected expenses, if there was money left over, now you have positive cash flow. So I used seller financing. I went to the seller because they needed fix up and asked the seller to finance because I would have trouble getting bank financing. This is done every day in every city in the United States, every day of the week. And that's why I suggest you go to the russwhitney.com site, opt in so you can get bunches of ongoing free information from us. So within 2 years, by the time I was 23, I was financially independent. From the rental properties that I accumulated, starting with that loan, I had enough money coming in to pay my mortgage payment, car payment, put food on the table, have a little luxury money left over, not a lot, but a little, without having to go to my full-time job. Now, financial independence is different for everybody. For me, I had about 6 or 7 properties that were generating somewhere between $1,500 and $1,800 a month. That's not rich, but I was only making $6, $7 an hour at my job back then. So that gave me the money to pay my bills without having to go to the job. My suggestion is that's where you start. You know, I've had some feedback on the Grant Cardone. I'm going to get a little more on it. I mean, I've watched his videos, subscribed to some. I like what he does. It seems like he's building a great internet and digital-based customer base. My understanding, though, is that he borrowed, I guess he's a Scientologist, and that he borrowed all the money to buy the first run of buildings from Scientologists. I don't know for sure. We have some people that are going to get back to on. But if you can go borrow $50 million from somebody, well, then you can do what Grant Cardone did. If you are starting from nothing like I did, then I suggest you do what I just told you. And here's a great way to get started. This book is published by Simon & Schuster, New York Times bestseller, not a self-published book. Simon & Schuster, one of the largest publishers in the world. And this will tell you detail. When I came here to Florida, ran into some financial trouble, got $1,000 of borrowed money, and I turned it into $4.7 million worth of real estate in 18 months. This has been on bookstore shelves for years, continually updated. Now, I'll tell you what, just for you, if you write to support at russwhitney.com, I'll send you the book free. Just pay the shipping and handling, $6 or whatever it is. I'll send you the book free. This, I think, will really spike your excitement on how you can get going and do this. I hope that answers your question. Russ Whitney at russwhitney.com.